I'm really happy to be here tonight and honored to be in such an awesome room full of women, and with Sarah in particular. Last March, when I attended the Women in Business Conference here in Eau Claire, I did not know how life-changing that day was going to be. It's amazing how when you put out energy in the universe, that opportunities show up that you don't even really know are opportunities until much later. I stopped by Sarah's booth that day, and I was really looking at, I need to lose some weight. I put a few pounds on. I've gotten really stressed because I had a couple of tragedies that happened in my life, and the last straw for me was when my brother committed suicide. And I wound up being the one in the family who needed to hold everybody together and make sure everybody was taken care of and all of those things. And needless to say, I didn't take care of myself. By the time I started working with Sarah, I was at a point where I was tired, even though I was wildly successful in my career at working in organizational development and coaching. I was at a point where I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. And I thought it was all about the weight. What I discovered was it wasn't about the weight. It was about all the other things in my life that were going on. And Sarah and I worked through those slowly but surely. And then what we really got to was, I'm at a transition point in my life. My kids, yay, are all out of college and living on their own and supporting themselves. And my husband and I are building our dream home, and I really wanted to move on from the kind of work I've been doing to something where I felt like I was really giving back. And Sarah and I worked over the course of several months talking about what that was, and my passion for having worked with and coached a lot of women in organizations, but I also saw them really burning out. Trying to balance there being young women, some of them getting married, some of them dealing with relationships, some of them starting families, and they were just stretched all over the place. And as we talked about that, and we talked about women who were struggling to figure out where to go next, it became clear to me that what I wanted to do was really help women figure out that balance, not just in health, not just in weight, but in all aspects of life, and to live the life of their dreams. Laura talked about that a little bit ago, and through Sarah, I started to put myself out there. And what I found was I just started talking with people about, I'm thinking of moving on and retiring, and at that point it was like, well, maybe in a couple of years. Well, within 3 months, I had my first client. Within another 2 weeks, I had a corporate client, a group of women who were starting their own business and wanted to do some visioning, but also wanted to take care of themselves. Then Sarah connected me with Secret of Life Coaching, and I discovered this whole other group of really talented women who see the world the same way, that there are so many possibilities. The only thing that holds us back is our own lack of belief in ourselves and in what's available to us in the universe. And Sarah and I just finished our 6 months last week, I think it was. And I was really glad that she didn't go into the baby Nicole thing, because she did the baby Deb thing in that last coaching, and I was sobbing uncontrollably by the time we got done, but it felt so good at the same time. I never would have thought back in April when I started working with Sarah that I would be standing here today having started my own business in working with women, that I would have some clients, that I would be working on certification in Secret of Life Coaching, and a phenomenal group of women there. I told Sarah the other night, I would never have believed if somebody said, 6 months from now, this is what your life is going to be like. I would have said, you've got to be kidding. I've been kicking around this stuff in the back of my head for almost 5 years. There's no way it's going to happen in 6 months. But with Sarah there, she believed in me. She helped me believe in myself. She helped me get through barriers. And I will be forever grateful for the work that we did together, because I not only now know it, I believe it, it's becoming real, and every day, and I met some awesome people tonight that are additional connections, and it's just this phenomenal opportunity that's available. So I know I talked to somebody earlier tonight that said, well, it's like trying to get that first step, not to be hesitant in pursuing hiring a coach. Don't let that hold you back. There are so many great and wonderful things. Life is out there for you. The universe wants you to have what you want. You just have to step up and say, I not only am thinking about it, but I actually want it, and I'm going to go after it. Sarah taught me that, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, Sarah.